Toy Story, Finding Nemo, Monsters Incorporated. All of these movies have more in common than you may think. Not only are they all beloved classics by the animation studio often called Pixar, but they also, supposedly, harbor deep, dark secrets underneath their baby-friendly exterior. Today, we'll be going over the top 10 dark theories about Pixar movies. Number 10. Woody is played by Tom Hanks. If you've ever seen the hit film Forrest Gump, then you're likely familiar with his big-name star, Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is beloved by all moviegoers across the country and is a very kind man with good acting abilities. I like Tom Hanks. But did you know that he could also be a voice actor who doesn't act in real life, but instead gives his voice to an animated character who doesn't exist in a cartoon movie? Yup, that's right. The protagonist of the Toy Story films, Woody the Cowboy, is theorized to actually be Tom Hanks voicing a character. No one has been able to confirm this just yet, but if true, this could be a bombshell of a theory that will change how you watch Toy Story forever. Number 9. Finding Nemo is a stolen movie. We're gonna get a little obscure with our animation history here, folks, but bear with us. Finding Nemo is a movie about a little orange fish hating his dad and getting lost in the big ocean. But maybe this story isn't as original as you may think. Many people theorize that the concept for this movie was actually stolen from a little-known Japanese cartoon called Kimba the White Lion. Fans of the original Japanese cartoon, or anime, have speculated for years that multiple aspects of Finding Nemo's story structure and character design were lifted directly from the Little Lion show that they love so much. I must admit, the resemblances are uncanny, such as Nemo, in fact, having white in his color palette. Number 8. WALL-E isn't what he seems. If you've ever seen the Pixar film known as WALL-E, you may think that the titular little cube-making robot is an adorable son of a bitch that can never do anything wrong. And to that I say, well, you might be wrong. A theory floating around the internet suggests that something sinister could be lurking underneath the surface of those big cute glassy eyes of his. Some particularly observant Pixar fans have noticed a little detail about him that will blow your mind. Can you see it? Let's try zooming in. That's right. WALL-E is actually a repurposed video game console often known as the GameCube. Not much is known about this console, or why it was built into WALL-E's body, but let's just say, Mario, it's a me Mario, yippee yahoo. Number 7. Up was originally much darker. Uh-oh, get the tissues ready. If you've ever seen the Pixar film Up, then you know the first 10 minutes or so are sad as shit. Carl's frail little old lady wife dies of a horrible disease, but that's nothing compared to what the film was going to be. In the early stages of development on the film, the animators were initially planning to take an even darker turn than what we got in the final movie. Rare pieces of concept art reveal that there was something sinister about Carl's magic flying house. Brace yourselves for this, folks. Yep, scary, huh? It looks like the original concept for this movie made the balloons a bit more evil than you might expect. This chilling piece of art is sure to make you wonder what kind of mischief Carl and his bad balloons would get up to, but since they were thankfully cut out of the movie, we'll never know. Number 6. Satan. Fitting that this is number 6, huh? That happened totally on accident. You might have heard this theory before, folks, but it's worth mentioning given how much evidence it's backed up with. Throughout the history of Pixar films, you might have thought that you were simply watching heartwarming tales for little babies and that nothing evil was happening to your brain in the process. Well, the internet disagrees. Many established researchers, citation needed, have been scouring the Pixar library for years and bringing up some bone-chilling results. Hidden within the frames of some of your favorite cartoon movies are subtle messages praising Jesus' arch-rival and all-around nasty fellow, Satan the Devil. I let the images speak for themselves here, folks. Even speaking his name has already made my body start to heat up, and I fear that his hold on me is starting to tighten. Wowza. Number 5. Hitler is a plane. In the lesser-known Pixar movie Planes, it's implied that there is an entire society comprised of sentient Planes isn't Pixar? What the fuck do you mean Planes isn't Pixar? It's a spin-off of Car. What? It's just Disney? I thought they were the same thing. Number 5. Hitler is a car. In the hit Pixar movie Car, it's implied that there is an entire society comprised of sentient cars. The rules of this universe are vague and weird, but it sure does seem like these funny cars emulate human society pretty closely. There's a joke about boobs in the first 5 minutes of the first film, and I just thought that was worth mentioning. If these cars follow the rules and history of human society as closely as it seems, then it might just be true that there is a car Hitler. Wow, talk about crazy. Hitler, for those of you who may not know, was a German politician and leader of the Nazi Party. He rose to power as the Chancellor of Germany in 1933 and as Führer in 1934. During his dictatorship from 1933 to 1945, he initiated World War II in Europe by invading Poland on the 1st of September 1939. He was closely involved in military operations throughout the war and was central to the perpetration of the Holocaust. Hitler's actions and ideology are almost universally regarded as evil. According to historian Ian Kershaw, never in history has such ruination, physical and moral, been associated with the name of one man. In 1923, he attempted to seize power in a failed coup in Munich and was imprisoned. In jail, he dictated the first volume of his autobiography and political manifesto, Mein Kampf, or in English, My Struggle. After his release in 1924, Hitler gained popular support by attacking the Treaty of Versailles and promoting pan-Germanism, anti-Semitism, and anti-communism with charismatic oratory and Nazi propaganda. For more information on the horrific dictator Adolf Hitler, please visit wikipedia.org or visit your local library. Number 4. Mike Wazowski is a watermelon. In the fun romp of a movie, Monsters Incorporated, John Goodman allegedly plays a big blue hairy man named Sully, who is accompanied by a weird little round green man known as Mike Wazowski. He is green and round like a watermelon, so 3 people on the internet think he might just be a watermelon that turned into a monster. Scary. Number 3. I can't pronounce Ratatouille. Ratatouille is a dumb Pixar movie with a stupid French name that I can't fucking pronounce. The script says I should discuss some bullshit about how Linguini is actually hallucinating Remy the whole time, but I gave up after trying to pronounce Ratatouille about 30 times, and I would just like to move on to number 2. Number 2. Buzz Lightyear isn't an actual astronaut. In the classic Pixar film Toy Story, the character Buzz Lightyear believes that he is an actual spaceman who goes to space and does astronaut things on the moon and in space. But, contrary to popular belief, the internet theorizes that this might not actually be the case. Evidence points towards Buzz actually being an inanimate toy who is also alive somehow, and not the space-venturing astronaut he claims to be. Talk about lying to the kids. And the number 1 darkest theory about Pixar movies is Linguini was actually hallucinating Remy the whole time.